Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a full core workout. And we're just going to start seated and get right into our warm-up. So you're going to start with some neck rolls, dropping that chin towards the chest and look to the left and down to the right and just continuing on. You can take this at your own pace and roll the shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Beautiful. You're going to bring your hands together, reach out long in front of you, rounding that upper back, reaching up and then back behind you. You're going to lock your fingers together, open up the chest. You can look side to side, looking straight up. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll down onto our mat, onto our back. Just nice and slowly here. Perfect. Let your legs go long. And we're going to take a few deep breaths and set an intention before we get right into our first workout. So focusing on breathing in through the nose, completely filling up the lungs, and slowly exhale through your mouth, just letting everything go. And think about a goal or an intention you'd like to set for yourself today. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands behind your head and bring those legs up to tabletop. We're going to crunch up, bring knees into chest. Exhale, bring the toes down towards the mat, head and shoulders come back down. When we bring the toes down, we're reaching for the top corners of the mat. Legs are separated so they're about hip distance apart. Okay, getting ready to go here. When you're ready, joining in, crunch up, knees to chest, come down, toes towards the mat. Beautiful, keep going. Crunch and extend. Crunch up, tap those toes down. Amazing, just like that, keep going. Last 3, you're going to stay lifted in that tabletop. In 2. Last one, stay lifted. We're going to tap left toes down, right toes down. You're reaching for the corners of your mat. Tap left, tap right. Amazing. Breathe through it. Left and right. Keep going. Hold up in your crunch. Option to drop the head and shoulders down to the mat, arms by your side, and just continuing with those toe taps. Okay, last 5. Then we're going to meet back at center. Up in our crunch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. From here, you extend that right leg as straight as you can. Point the toes, and you're just going to lift and lower that leg. Modification to bring your head and shoulders down to the mat. And press the mat away from you as you're lifting and lowering that leg to help with support. Straightening that right leg. Left leg stays at tabletop. Breathe through it. You can do this. Last 3. Then we're going to go right over to the other side. 2. Last one. Awesome. Bring that right leg up to 90. Extend the left. Lift and lower that leg. Awesome. Trying to keep it as straight as possible. Holding up in that crunch if you can. If not, you're dropping the head and shoulders down to the mat. Arms go down by your side for support. Awesome. Keep breathing and picture you're pulling that belly button down towards the spine, really turning on the core. Last 2. 1 more. Amazing. Reset, bring those feet down, hands down by your side. Take a few deep breaths here, and we're going to move on. Okay, right to our 100. So bringing up those legs to 90. You're going to press the spine down into the mat, crunch those head and shoulders up, and you're going to pump the arms. Inhale for 5 pumps, and exhale for 5 pumps. When you're ready, joining me here. In for 5. Exhale for 5. Amazing. Keeping that crunch, you're holding up. Beautiful work. Keep going. Okay, for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the feet down. Take a few deep breaths here. And we're going to move on to our single leg stretch. So we're going to crunch one knee into chest. Hands are going to come lightly on top of your knee. Inhale, and we switch right knee into chest over left knee into chest. Just lightly placing those hands, pull the knee in, extend that opposite leg long, and then we switch sides. Okay, moving nice and quick. When you're ready, go ahead. In, extend, and repeat. Awesome. Awesome. Pointing those toes as you extend the legs long and picturing you're pulling that belly button right down into your spine. When I count us down, we're going to move into our double. So we hug both knees into chest, and then we extend both legs and arms long. In 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in, move right into it. Extend legs and arms long. Sweep the arms around back onto the knees and repeat. Hug in, extend. Hug in, extend. Beautiful. You got it. Keep going. Last 3. Finish strong here. You have 2. 1 more. Hug in and extend long. Awesome. Sweep the arms around and bring the legs down to the mat. We're going to move on. Okay, amazing work. Take a moment here, grab a sip of water, do a little bit of stretching, and when you're ready, you're going to grab your medium weights and you're going to meet me down on your back. And we're going to start with our toe taps. So we're going to let our legs go long, straighten the knees as much as we can, and we're going to grab our weights and reach up towards the toes. We're kind of crossing over right hand towards left toes. Option to drop the weights and just do body weight. If you want the challenge, you're going to pick up those weights. We cross as we reach towards the toes. Really picture you're pressing your spine down into the mat for this one, and you're holding up in that crunch. Okay, here we go. Reach up and twist. Twist. Beautiful. Right hand towards left toes, left hand towards right toes. Can you reach up a little bit higher? Really reaching for those toes. When I count us down, we bring those arms back to center. Keep the head and shoulders lifted, and we're going to lift and lower the legs. In 3, 2, and 1. Option to do one leg at a time. So you're lifting and lowering one leg, or if you want the challenge, you're going to lift and lower both legs just as far down as you can while still having control. Okay, here we go. Point the toes, lower the legs, hold the weight straight up. Option to drop that weight if it feels like it's too much and you're keeping the head and shoulders off the mat. You can also bring this down a little bit. Head and shoulders can come down to modify. Okay, you have 3. Slow and controlled. For 2, point those toes. And 1. Awesome. Set the weights down, bring the legs down, and just have a quick reset. You can grab a sip of water here. And when you're ready, we are going to make our way up onto our forearms. Back is still facing towards the mat. Extend the legs long, keeping a slight bend in your knees. We're going to open and close the legs about mat distance apart. And when you're ready, joining in here, really picture you're pulling the legs apart and using the core to bring the legs back together. Stay strong on your arms. Make sure you're not collapsing down on the shoulders. Keep that chest opened up and just looking straight towards the toes or the top of your mat. Beautiful. Focus on the breath. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work setting the legs down here. We're going to move on to our next exercise, which is our crossover. So we're going to extend the legs long. You're going to kick left foot over right, pulse, then kick right foot over left, pulse, and repeat. You're pointing the toes. The lower down that your legs are towards the mat, the harder this is. So if you're finding this is pretty challenging, just lift the legs up a little bit higher to the sky. Okay, for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set the legs down. We're going to reset here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to draw circles. So we're going to bring our legs up to, they're about 45 degrees. Slight bend in the knees, and you're going to draw circles outwards and then inwards. If you need to modify this one, you can drop one leg and do one leg at a time. Beautiful. We're going to go one way, and then when I count us down, we're going to switch directions, keeping the leg up, and we're going to go right into it. Okay, lifting one or both legs up here, and when you're ready, go ahead. We're drawing those circles inwards to start, and when I count us down, we'll switch directions. Okay, amazing. You can do this. And switching directions here, or if you're using one leg, switch to the opposite leg. Awesome. You're almost done with this move. Okay, for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set the legs down. You're going to come down to your back. Hands are going to be placed under the bum for support, and you can press into the mat. We're going to lift the legs up and roll our bums off the mat, and lifting those legs straight up into the air for our reverse crunch. Okay, here we go. Press into the mat. Lift the bum off the mat. You're using that core to help lower the glutes back down instead of falling down towards the mat. Amazing. Roll up, lower back down. You can press into the mat with your hands to help here. Okay, for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set the legs down. Grab a quick sip of water, and we are going to move on here. You're going to grab your medium or heavy dumbbell, and we're going to move into our suitcases. So bringing those legs up to tabletop, you extend everything long, and then you crunch over the legs. So you're bringing that weight over towards the shins and extend long. Perfect. You're just using one dumbbell here. When you're ready, joining in, crunch over and extend. Over and extend. Amazing. Beautiful work. When you're extending the legs and the arms, if you find that your lower back is lifting off the mat and kind of arcing, just don't bring the legs quite as low to the ground. Just keep them up higher when you extend. Beautiful. Okay, for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We've got a few moves left here. Our next one is our bicycles. So we're going to bring knee into opposite elbow. And extend that opposite leg long, pointing the toes. You're really twisting for this one. You've only got a few moves left, and then you're all done with your workout. Keep going for 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Set the feet down. Moving on to our flutter kicks. Head and shoulders can come down, or you can lift your head up for the challenge. Pressing your hands into the mat, you're going to cross your feet over, left over right. The lower down that your feet are, the harder this one is. So if you find it challenging, lift those legs up. Okay, here we go. Crossing over. We are almost at the end. Finish strong. Really push yourself. Okay, almost there. For 3, 2, and 1. Set the legs down. Beautiful. We are almost done. You are going to grab one of your heavy or medium dumbbells. And we are going to move into our Russian twists. So you're going to come up to seated. 2 options here. Heels can stay planted on the mat. You're going to twist left and twist that weight over to the right. Or you're going to lift the legs up if you want more of a challenge here. Option to drop the weight. And you can do either one of those modifications with just the body weight. Okay. Second last move, and then we are all done. When you're ready, grabbing that weight and start to twist, or you're just doing that body weight move. Beautiful. Focusing on your breath. Keep those legs lifted if that's where you're at today. If not, you can keep those heels down. For 3, 2, last one. Awesome. Last move here is our figure 8s. So you're going to use that same weight if you were using it before. And you're going to pass the weight under the knees, pulling that one knee up towards the chest. Option again to drop that weight, just do body weight. Okay. We are going to tip back, lift those knees up, pass the weight under, switching left to right, drawing that figure 8 shape with the weight. Okay, amazing. This is your last move. Make it count. You have a few more here. Focus on your breathing. Beautiful. Set the weight down. You can grab a quick sip of water, and we're going to move right into our cool down. Okay, let your legs go long. Bring your arms down to the mat and start to focus on your breath here. Checking in with the body, paying attention to how you're feeling. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your right knee into chest and start to roll out the ankles to the left and to the right. Then letting that leg cross over the midline, gently press down on your knee, looking towards the right, feeling that stretch in your spine. Then bringing it back to center, let that leg go long. On your next inhale, bring left knee into chest, start to roll out the ankle. Still focusing on taking those deep breaths. And then twisting or bringing that leg over the midline. Feel the twist in your spine and extend your arm long. And bring that leg back to center. You're going to hug both knees into chest now. You can roll out the ankles again if that feels good for you. And just deepening the stretch with each breath. And set the legs long. Beautiful. And really just checking in one last time. Be proud of yourself for showing up, putting in the hard work, getting that workout all done for the day. And amazing, everyone. I will see you next time.